that we all need to pick our lane. Activism looks differently across different lanes, and you don't have to join a form of activism that does not work for you. So for some of us, we're going to be marching in the streets. For some people, your profession and what you do is your activism, i.e. you're a racial justice trainer, or you're a therapist like Carmen, or a coach like me. Some of us, you're going to take up activism via writing or music, or being in the boardroom or running for office. So first and foremost, it's pick the lane that works best for you, and don't feel pushed to go any sort of way. I've heard from some people who said, you know, I feel like I should be in the streets marching. If marching is not your thing, that's okay. I retired from marching when I was at Harvard, and we took over the Harvard Grad School of Education front lobby area. You have to pick and choose. Now my lane is supporting individuals and organizations across 3 different systems, but pick what works for you and be okay with that. And the best way to pick that lane is to go where you have your unique skills and gifts. Go where you work naturally, because that's where you're going to be most comfortable to speak up and use your voice. So that's the first step to having balance. The second thing is that, you know, we're going to need a mass conversion in order for us to get the socially just world that we seek. And when I say that, I'm using the words of Bell Hooks when she talks about, in order for us to truly achieve the world that we want, we have to get a mass conversion of people to turn away from domination. What does that mean in layperson's term? We need a mass amount of people to stop participating in actions that uphold systems of oppression, like laws, like policies in our organizations, like treating people differently based on their skin color, or just shooting somebody at a traffic stop. We need a mass conversion of people to turn. And the way you get a mass conversion of people to turn away from that level of domination is going to come from having a love ethic. And let me be clear here before people mute me, because I said the word love. I stand behind love, but I define love in the way that MLK meant it, and the way that Bell Hooks and James Baldwin meant with love, which is not in this happy infantile sense, as Baldwin talks about in The Fire Next Time. But love is truly about challenging yourself and other people to rise to the highest version of themselves. It's about challenging us to live in a way where we honor ourselves and we honor other people. And so love actually means we have the difficult conversation. But when I say we need a mass conversion and we get there with love, that means that cancel culture is not going to get us there. And so that means that you have to pick and choose how to use your energy. I know why cancel culture exists, because people are tired and frustrated of folks looking over their experience. And it's like, I'm done with it. I'm at 0 times 0. But it's not going to get us to a place of mass conversion, because what we see happening is we're seeing a clap back, right? We're seeing forces trying to pit us against one another. And so a part of that is knowing what energy you have to give at a given moment. And so rather than taking the cancel route because you're frustrated, you might just, as my mother would say, hold your peace. My grandmother would say, don't let people steal your joy, which means sometimes the greatest reaction is silence, or say, I need a moment. Because when you are leading the work and you are in the middle of it, you yourself are being triggered. And so that's the second point. The third point is you have power and choice in every situation. It is up to you to decide if you want to use it. I tell that to anybody, whether I'm working with a one-on-one client, a CEO, a superintendent, whoever it is. And oftentimes we feel like we don't have power and choice in a given moment. We wait for someone else to tell us what to do, but you can choose how you want to show up. Our power is free. I don't believe anybody's walking around in this world without power. And when I say power, I mean how you use your mindsets, how you use your behaviors, and how you use your emotions. Your power is how you choose to show up in any given situation. You get to choose how you want to use it. So if you don't remember anything I say, you remember you have power and choice in every situation. It's up to you to decide how you want to use it. And the last thing I'll say is I want to talk to you all about my 4-step consciousness raising process, because it helps you to think about how do you use your power and choice in any situation. And this is the second thing you should remember. So let me share my screen here. Okay, can everybody see my little graphic here from my book?
Yes.
Okay, so oftentimes when I'm talking to folks and they feel like they don't have power and choice, one of the things I say is that it's important for us to slow down and be present in the moment. And Carmen talks about this idea of mindfulness, right? That's how she guides people in her practice. And What this consciousness raising technique does is it says, in any given moment, I have 4 things I can do. Number 1, I can choose how I want to use my power in this situation. I don't have to do what somebody tells me to do. And you can choose to use it to trust yourself that you know what to do in the moment, or you can choose to use it to doubt yourself. So let me give you a real life example.